bond at $1.25 million. Based upon the fact of how many people in the courtyard were here at the courthouse and the seriousness of all these felonies. Okay. So bond at. The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River she's going dry. The interest is up. Chimp it out, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's wild out here, man. It's wild, bro. Hey, you see him jumping out? Yo. Hey, Roman's jumping out, baby. Yo, shout out Chud the Builder, bro. Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, dude. Shout out Chud, bro. Shout out Chud. Hey, what up, Chud? Yo, that's what's up, bro. Don't say that. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. What do you mean by dignity? Don't say that. I was curious. The preacher man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River she's a going dry.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there, onto like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. As you can clearly see, there's a certain antagonizing demon out there, and it's catching fire, it's catching steam. And everybody out here, they're already losing it because of their environment that's being built. You have a president that said that he don't give a damn about anybody's finances, and he kind of doubled up on that. But that's another subject in itself. Now you have all these they call it copycats, Chud the Builder copycats out there, where he's locked away, which obviously that's not a what I'm looking for. That's just a psyop, because he does do the dumb shit, and he was working for he's obviously an agent of chaos working for the feds, and there's a lot of people. I've seen another video when somebody got fucking served because they was trying to get a so-called black man pissed off, and he dealt with them very proper. All right, so you have judgment that's taking place. Now they're trying to use the system in order to aid them, but all they're doing is making matters worse for them. So this Chud the Builder copycat right here gets deleted after targeting an elderly black woman on live stream. So there's a certain type of spirit that's being pushed out there, and that Chud the Builder spirit, which he was obviously he worked for the man to get people riled up. And in the first video, he got sentenced. Well, not sentenced. He got his bail. His bail is what, 1.5. What's that? Yeah, 1.5 million. And that's why he was kind of sweating bullets. Some people were saying that Trump is going to get him out of there. Somebody's going to come into his aid. And he's going to continually bring out the chaos. So this thing, really, it's Esau doing his thing, and he's gonna get judged for it. However, they will use that against people. All right, real quick. First Peter's 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about seeking whom he may devour." And we know that's the spiritual demon Satan, but he jumps on people. And there's a lot of evidence of people being demonically possessed and doing things that they normally would not do on a regular, but we're in that time frame. So you have Edomites, well, they don't really have to jump. Satan don't really have to jump on them because Satan is already on. That's his peoples, and they're gonna do however he please, you know. And I've seen a lot of videos lately of Edomites getting served, and nobody's coming to their rescue. So they could actually use this as a way to catapult their their race war. To be quite honest, all right, because the simple fact is people are we at the blame game now, and they're using the poor white trash to kind of push certain things out there. Now, Chud the Builder, he would go around calling people chipping out, and he was actually, but genetically and physical looks, the so-called white man is closer to the actual chimps, any ape, than any man from Africa. All right, because naturally they hairy as fuck. So anybody that's and they got no lips, okay, they have an animalistic. The chimps, well, to be they even call a so-called white man a chip is an insult is insulting to the chip. All right, the chimpanzees or the gorillas and so forth. That's really insulting because they have intelligence. They have some form of intelligence. They have some form of degree. They care about the actual planet Earth that they. So Esau is just an anomaly in himself. But all this is doing is really just building up this tension between the nations, which is okay because it was bound to happen. All right, like the scripture says, Matthew's 24:6, no 7, straight to the point. For nation shall rise against nation. So people believe when you hear the word nation, it's just talking about the current countries, but the current countries, they're not nations. They're actually the term nation is really goes back biblical term as the families that was split, right, from Noah and his three sons because they were the fathers of the world, the new world. Okay, and individual, each individual on this planet Earth have well, I believe they even said it scientifically. There's 8 different strands of blood types on the planet Earth. 8 different strands. So even those 8 different strands of blood type proves that the common ancestors that men have on the planet Earth comes from Abraham, Noah, Shem, Japhet, and Ham. All right. So from those men descendants became all the nations on the planet Earth. All right. So when the scripture says nation shall rise up against nation, it literally means different peoples are going to go against other peoples. And as much of a melting pot that America is, and the tension has always been there, That doesn't go nowhere anytime soon. There's no healing to that. This is the perfect places where people could take their differences and go at each other. Well, guess what? That was part of the end time prophecy that the Lord said was going to happen. All right. It says, and kingdoms against kingdoms, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So there is a tension, uh, a, a heavy tension going on right now amongst the peoples, all right, the nations of peoples on the planet Earth. And why is it happening? Because the Lord is allowing it to happen. Number one, because it is a problem that never got resolved. And the main thing that has to be done is it has to be done unto Esau. All right. Esau is the great divider, to be honest. He caused all the problems on the planet Earth. Whatever differences between two individuals, they incite that real quick. Uh, Proverbs 6 and what is it, 14? But no, yeah, not 14. Point is in, yeah, 14. It's like 6 and 14. Matter of fact, I started 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh forward with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. And ultimately, who's responsible for all this back talk is an organization of individuals, and their job is to ensure this chaos, this to push everybody to come against one another. And despite everybody's differences, so all they do is just add to everybody's differences. That's all they're doing. And it says, he winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, because they're speaking code, and teacheth with his fingers. Foreignness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief, and that's mischief. When you go on, let's go into that word mischief real quick. The Hebrew word for this mischief is ara, bad, evil, bad, and disagreeable, malignant, bad, unpleasant, evil, given pain, unhappiness, misery, evil, displeasing, bad of his kind, land, water, bad of value, worse than worse, sad, unhappy. Well, we get the picture. So they plan all this stuff out. It says continually he soweth discourse. So they already had everything in motion. They already had people in their differences. They already put certain laws so people think that they have an advantage. They set up what's that damn thing? Damn. There was this guy, Captain Kirk, who got his, who went to the Enterprise, who got beamed up. But uh something TPU and that program, which is highly looked upon now because of Kirk and his talking points, even Negroes getting played in a face believe the bullshit that TPS or whatever, but all they are is agents of chaos. That's all that shit. That's all it's been. Is just keep pushing man to the breaking point of no return. So we right now, which is beautiful, is bound to happen, is violence. Violence on the highest level, long overdue. No matter what they say, they're gonna feel the wrath of Jake. All right, because Jake is gonna take their anger out on Esau, but Jake is, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Overall, you're gonna gather together and take these people down. is bound to happen. It's inevitable. I can say it right now. You can't escape it. All right. There's a tension that's brewing that is long overdue because Esau has perpetual hatred, and this is him using that anger and hatred towards us and finding ways to come at us. All right. Second Ezra 6:22. Is it 22? I'm gonna just go straight to the point. 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand still with fear for those that dwell therein. So something's gonna cause man to go against man. And that goes into civil war. It goes into the nations coming against each other. Right? People going to go. Matter of fact, it says it right here. Isaiah 13. Isaiah 13 and I'm going to point 14. It says, and it shall be as a chase row, as a sheep that no man taketh up. Who's going to be as a chase row? Esau. All right. This is why the whole entire campaign, they playing a role of victim, how they being victimized. There it is, you run every goddamn thing, but you're the victim, right? Okay. All right. And especially if they're quote unquote single white men. No, sorry, straight white men, and how society is looking down upon them. And since society's looking down upon them, they don't know what to do. They're frustrated and all this other shit. And this is why Trump came into office to bring them back into their greatness, which, as you could clearly see, is not working so well for them. Because people are tired of their bullshit. Let's be realistic. Part of my Swahili, but nobody's falling for that pompous attitude that the so-called white man presents the world as he's innocent and he's strong at the same time. Nobody's believing that shit. And everybody's tired. They're frustrated at what you do. So when that time comes, you're going to be by yourself. And the world already hates you. Your woman hates you. Deuteronomy 30 and 7 is clear. All the curses that came upon us is upon you. And you got the biggest target on your back at the end of the day. See, the elites, those that are on top of the world, they don't give two shits about you. They're allowing everything happening unto you. All right. And it says that no man taketh up. So nobody's gonna at that time, the way you have your modern Captain Savaho, like we had that a picture of a black woman protecting a white man that was getting his ass beat during 2020. So if I can find that picture. I don't know why I want to see that. Hold on. But I hate to tell you, women like that, women in general, that want to be on your side when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna be victimized as well. And the Lord don't give two shits. That's the one. Damn, right there. Keisha Thompson. Thomas. Is this the one? Yep. This this bitch right here. And bitches like this. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna continue to keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. I believe this was she's 18 years old. Keep that in mind. It says, and it shall be as a chase road that no man taketh up. They shall they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. So a woman like this, when that time comes, she's done. All right? She's done. The two biggest losers in the world today, all right? Because you rats that wear small hats, that fall under the category of Edom. You're the chief of Edom. So y'all fall in that category. And the so-called black women, y'all gonna lose terribly. I can never forget this. This right here, this is history, all right? And she thinks she was doing something right. She thinks she was doing something right. They will sit there and spin this and say, this is how you stop hate. And yet there's still hate. It was another individual. Damn. Where was this? Was in Wisconsin. And he was a famous blogger, whatever. And he was always talking shit. And who came to save him? A nigga. And this nigga, I believe this nigga was talking about how he's Jesus. And he's there to protect, and nothing happened to these people. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna be real. You know how we are in jail, we don't hold no punches. Y'all gonna be fucking victims as well. And guess what? God don't like this. This behavior, the God of the Bible don't like this. All right. This is God don't like this. This is doesn't show unity. This is show stupidity. It shows a sickness. This is a clear sickness, and it so happens, like I said, she ain't the only one. There's plenty of others that put their life on the line for the so-called white man. While these guys out here trying to antagonize you, to do something to you, to take you out, to genocide you, I mean, literally take you out of this world. Y'all want to join with the enemy? Good luck, because y'all about to get slaughtered out here. So it says everybody. It says everyone, man, woman, and child. All right, shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. The Lord is not playing with you niggas, yo. You Hispanics. You Hispanics, they want to. What they said. The saying is, you want to build a pure race or some bullshit like that. Y'all want to get with the man. Y'all about to get it too. You Native Americans, yeah, y'all love the so-called white man. Y'all about to get it too. Anybody that's with you, basically saying you with the adversaries of the Lord. All right, real quick. Psalms 139:19. I'm sorry, is it 12? No, I can start at 19. That's the spirit. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O Yahweh. Depart from me, therefore, you bloody men. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. Do I not hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. And this is King David in that righteous spirit. All right. And who hates the Lord? Esau. Okay. Esau. Esau is the adversary to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to all Israel, to us as a people. And us is blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So if you love this individual, you hate the Lord. Luke 19, And the most overused English word, period, is love. That is the most abused. There's no substance behind it. I forgot who I was I talking to. Hold on. I went to another country. Then was it France? I forgot what it was. And then it was that L word was used loosely. Well, I think it was there. It was used loosely, like you know how in English somebody will say they like. So like is like a like it's like like these fucking anyway. The word like is like an in between word. All right, love is supposed to mean love, but that word is so loose in this world. Okay, you gotta matter of fact. Hold on, before I get matter of fact, let me read this because this is the Lord. Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I reign over them, bring hither, slay them before me. So if you don't want Yahweh Shai to reign, you're his enemy. And his attitude, like, look, bring them over here and slay them. See, what you've been taught, you Christians, is that God is a loving, or only loving, caring God. You only have one attribute, which is absolutely incorrect. All right. So if the Father is a man, like Exodus, what 15, is it 15:3? The Lord is a man of war, and so how is his first begotten? He also is a man of war. All right, and he's making a war against evil, and the evildoers of this world. Isaiah 40:45-7. It says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." So the Lord is the one that created all these different um, emotions, all right, how things are seen. So if the Lord hates, we hate. And what proves it? When Esau called white man, when he goes around, he showed nothing but pure hatred. In his mind, God is with him. Okay? Matter of fact, it says it right here. Psalms, in his mind, you think that the God of the Bible is with him, whatever he does. So when they go around calling you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, well, in this case, mainly you blacks, chimps, and you chipping out, because in his mind, he have all the rights to do that. He want to bring back that old hatred, and then with no consequences. That's why you had a couple of years ago, you had this Karen trend. And people finally got to see the so-called white woman losing her fucking mind for the most minute thing. And as she's losing it, everybody could see how people was getting killed from her lies back in the days. And that's why they like, nah, they call it Karen. And I believe Karen is actually an Edomite name. It says Psalms 50:21. These things have I done. I kept silence. That thought is that I was altogether as such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee. And what is the biggest reproof? Matter of fact, I was supposed to go up. 19. It says, that givest thy mouth to evil, thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, who's Esau's brother? Jacob. That's why there's a slander campaign against blacks. All right. When they want Jake to wall out, they find ways to wall out. and then mostly they'll have themselves wilding out on each other. That's why this guy was going around trying to push somebody to do something. He wasn't daring because he knows nobody's going to touch him. He was doing it to push people to do something to him. And once they did it, it's going to start a fucking a war. It says, but when they want to paint a picture of a criminal, they want to paint a picture of a murderer, it's always a black man. But history shows that's not the case. All right. It says, thy son is thy own mother's son. These things thou hast done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, meaning what? A God of the Bible was always with you. That's what you thought. This is why you do the things that you're doing. There's old video that's circulating how a couple of times people young, wasn't they not young, these old men would talk about back in their time how they was raised up. It could be the South, it could be anywhere, and how a lynch mob would come after they pick a nigga, turn picnic, barbecue, all right, and they were forced to see a mob of individuals going out there killing a black man, all right. Either they castrated him before or after, then they burn him, cook him, and take souvenirs and eat his body parts. This is what they would do. And they really think that the guy was with them. So now they're trying to exercise that old feeling back. All right. They could go around calling niggas to their face, nigger like with the ER, and there's nothing they could do. So now you keep pushing, what end up happening? A lot of them are getting served. That guy tried to build his bond is 1.5. All right. And like one person was saying, he ain't saying that chipping out inside a jail cell. Because those people that's locked up in there, they got nothing to lose. So they really sat there and think like God was with them. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So what do I mean by reprove? The Lord said, I'm gonna correct you. All right. The Lord is not He's not with you, Esau. All right. He's not with you at all. That feeling that you have, you losing your wife, you losing your country, you losing all these things. It's true. You are losing. And you're about to lose it all. All right. Y'all about to lose it all in one day. And it says, what's the other one? Second Ezra 15. And 16? Nah, 15 the point. It says, for the sword and destruction draweth nigh, one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So people are going to fight one another. Nations are going to fight one another. It's about to be a freaking brawl. It's going to be the worst thing possible. It's going to force the nation of Israel to stick together, come together. All right. You had that. What was that? Damn. Was it Ashley Gonzalez? That bitch and the people that was following her, like wanted to support her ass because she was talking a whole bunch of shit about niggas. And you had white people telling her straight up, like, we ain't taking you over here. Like, how many times they gotta show you their true colors that they don't give a damn about you? Y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way, but y'all gonna learn. And by that time, you're gonna have no other choice. The Lord is literally putting everything together. All right, He's putting a masterpiece together, putting the nations together. Micah 5:6, I believe. No, 8. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep. If he go through, both trotteth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. So the nation of Israel is considered to be what? All the 12 tribes. So the 12 tribes of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to come together. All right. And when they come together, what are they going to do? They're going to destroy you. All right. You keep pushing that button, you keep pushing it. And even the elites, they think they got everything matched up. They believe they have everything going good for them. Their lives is in danger as their subordinates. Because what the Lord is doing, He's really bringing a masterpiece together. Okay, and it says Amos 9 and hold on. I'm sorry, not Amos 9. Wow, Zechariah. It's been a minute. Zechariah 13 and 7 or 8. Salakia. Let me just type it in. Um, it would be Zechariah 9 and 13. I had it backwards. It's okay. It says, when I have bent Judah for me and filled the bow with Ephraim, because what the tribes were split. Okay, you had the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. So the Lord said, "Look, I'm gonna have Judah, the Ben, and I'm gonna send forth Ephraim." Now, when you go into the history, the armies of Israel was Judah. It was Gad, Reuben, and half of Manasseh. Okay, that was the army. One tribe alone can wreck shop. So these three tribes and a half, two and a half, three and a half, was the greatest warriors on the planet Earth. Okay, they were the greatest warriors. So the Lord said He's gonna send forth. So if you're gonna bend somebody, and the scripture's talking about Judah being as a lion's whelp, are you feeling with Ephraim? All right, expertise in war, shit, and raise up thy sons, O Zion. So not only, so all the sons of the 12 tribes of the nation is going to come together against thy sons, O Greece. So is there going to be what you consider a race war? Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so you copycat chat, the builders, y'all gonna get your desire. All right, y'all gonna get your wish. But say this, you're gonna get what you're asking for, and then some. It says, "It made thee as a sword of a mighty man." So the Lord is gonna make His people as a sword. All right, hacking, destroying, annihilating, vanquishing. Okay, make it mincemeat out of everybody else, and it's just not Ephraim. It's not sorry. It's just not Esau. It's all these other nations as well. It says, "And the Lord shall be seen over them." So is it by the strength of the tribes? No, absolutely not. It's the strength of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He's gonna be seen over them. Because it tells you in Ezekiel 25th chapter that he's gonna put his spirit in Israel. You shall know that he did it. All right. It says, and his arrow shall go forth as lightning. So he already told you how he's gonna how he's gonna fill the tribes together, and that's Esau's the elites. That's a nightmare. Period. The tribes coming together, and you keep pushing it. All right, you keep pushing this shit. Your CIAs, your alphabet crew, all this other. You keep pushing it, you're gonna get what you want, and when you get it, it's over. All right, it's fucking over. It says the Lord shall blow the trumpet and shall go with the whirlwind of the south, and the Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with slings and stones, and they shall drink and make noise as though through wine, and they shall be filled like the boughs as the corners of the altar. So the excitement of the teardown. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to tear you down. It says, "And the Lord thy power shall save them in the day as a flock of his people. For they shall be as stones of the crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land." So the tribes are coming back together, okay, as a sign. And that sign is what? That Yahweh Shem Yahushai is with his people. So they could go around and you see this shit's gonna intensify. It's gonna intensify. All right, more of these victims. Damn, I just you could clearly see there's tension in the air. This is old, but there's tension in the air. All right, there's tension, and you see a lot of white and white crime, white and white violence. Okay, and the white man he's looking real bad. And he's getting his ass beat by a woman. But anyway, I didn't want to show that how YouTube is. So shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.